Hello dear students, good morning. Today we will continue with our chapter Tribals, Dikus and the Vision of a Golden Age. Today we will discuss a closer look. So in 19th and 12th century, tribal groups of different parts of the country rebelled against changes in laws. Means they are against, they made revolt against the laws and the restrictions which were imposed by the British government or British colonies on them. Now, which are the law and restrictions which were imposed on them? Why they opposed? Why they rebelled against the changes in law? So they had to pay taxes, and they were exploited by the traders and moneylenders. So sometimes the traders and moneylenders crossed their limits, they beat them, and this thing was unbearable for them, and that's why they rebelled against the changes in law. The Cos rebelled in 1831 to 32, Santhals rose in the revolt in 1855, then the Buster Rebellion in central India broke out in 1910, then the Wali Revolt in Maharashtra in 1940. So these are the rebellions, these are the rebels which were taken place during the British rule. In 1831 to 32, Coles were rebel, Santhals in 1855, then Bastar in 1910, and Worli were rebelled in 1914. Now, here is a talk or about Birsa Munda. So he was born in the mid year of 1870s, and he was a son of poor father. His life or he grown around the forests of Bohonda. What he was doing? So he was grazing sheep, playing flutes, and dancing in the local akhara. And because they were poor, his father had to move from place to place looking for work, in search of food, in search of work. They are wandering from one place to another place. Birsa heard tales of Munda uprising the past. He saw the Sirdars, means leaders of the community, urging the people of revolt. They thought that there was a fight for their land, means अगर हम हिंदी में बात करें तो हमारे मुल्क की लड़ाई है, ऐसे हम बोलते हैं ना. सो दे हैड दे हैव अ थॉट दैट दिस इज और देयर दैट वाज अ फाइट or they were fighting for their land. Yeah, Birsa went to the local missionary school and listened to the sermons of missionaries. Afterwards, Birsa spent some time in the company of a prominent Vaishnav preacher, and he brought a sacred thread and began the value, the importance of purity and piety. In 1895, Birsa urged his followers to recover their glorious past. Means they just remember what was their past, how their elders and ancestor was lived. He talked of a golden age in the past, a Satyug, a age of truth, when Mundas lived in a good life, constructed embankment, tapped nature springs, planted trees and orchids, practiced cultivation to earn their livings. So all these things was urged by Birsa to his followers to recover or recall their past. What worried British officers most was the political aim of the Birsa movement, for it wanted to drive out missionaries, moneylanders, Hindu landlords, and the government and set up the Munda Raj with Birsa at its head. Through the through the Birsa movements, the followers of Birsa tried to drive out missionaries from their territories, moneylenders from their territories, Hindu landlords and government, and they tried to set up their own Raj, means Munda Raj, with the head Birsa. When Birsa was released, as the movement spread all over the India, British officers decided to arrest Birsa, and they arrested Birsa in 1895. And after 2 years, Birsa was released in 1897. And as soon as he released from the prison, he started touring or visiting the village and to gather the support from the villagers. He used to gather the support or to get the support from the different villagers of different villages. He used traditional symbols and language. He urging them to destroy Ravana, means Dikus and the Europeans. For Birsa, Ravana means Dikus and the European colonies. And he also urged the people to establish kingdom under his leadership. In 1900, Birsa died because of cholera, and the movement was faded out. Faded out means the movement was not going more. First, it forced the colonial government to introduce laws so that the land of the tribal could not be easily taken over by Dikus. And the second thing, what he was doing, that it showed once again that the tribal people had the capacity to protest against injustice and express their anger against the colonial rule. So here we complete our chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.